Shellfish is big business. The shellfish industry is worth millions of pounds to the United Kingdom. Markets are lucrative. The best prices are often obtained abroad, so much of our shellfish catch is exported to countries like France and Spain. The most prized shellfish are usually caught with pots or traps. Around our coasts, fishermen set many thousands of shellfish traps every day when the weather allows. Shellfish trapping is done by boats of all sizes, from Land's End to John O'Groats. Fishermen are after prime quality shellfish and are prepared to invest the time and effort needed to catch them. The financial rewards can be high for those who are successful. There's a huge variety of types used to catch several different species of shellfish, and yet remarkably little is known by either fishermen or scientists as to how these shellfish traps actually work when they're down on the seabed. The inshore waters of Western Scotland provide an ideal environment in which to observe shellfish. Here in these most productive waters, a team composed of divers and fishing gear technologists use camera equipment to observe how shellfish are caught. Divers from the Seafish Aquaculture Unit at Ardtow were able to position cameras accurately on the seabed and obtain some remarkable footage of these traps. Over the next few minutes, we're going to show how shellfish traps are set, how the target species is enticed into the trap, and what can happen once the animal has been caught. Traps are used successfully to catch several commercially important shellfish species. Most of these are crustaceans like lobsters and crabs, but whelks are also caught in traps. Shellfish traps are often called pots by some fishermen and creels by others. They are set in strings. The number of traps in the string depends on the depth of the water, stowage space available on deck, and the way the crew handle the traps on board. Each end of the strings marked at the surface with a float. If the local tides are very strong, anchors may have to be used at each end of the fleet. Once the traps are set, they're left in the water to fish. The fishing time depends on which species the fishermen want to catch and local conditions. Lobsters are caught along the edges of rough ground, close to weed-covered outcrops, wrecks and other underwater obstructions. Fishermen aim to set their traps as close to this type of cover as they can. Some types of trap are designed with soft entrances made of netting. Others have rigid plastic spouts. Lobsters usually enter a trap forwards. They only go backwards into holes that they previously explored and know to be safe. Smooth plastic spout entrances can present difficulties for lobsters, depending on their size. This lobster is making a determined effort to get at the bait. His determination is soon rewarded. Problems arise when visitors come to dinner. Aggression in the close confines of the trap forces evasive action. These traps are designed with a separate compartment or parlour. To a lobster, this appears to offer a convenient escape route. Once the lobster has found its way into the parlour, its chances of escape are greatly reduced. If the trap becomes crowded, then fighting among the occupants can lead to injury or even loss of limbs, and therefore a loss of catch quality. In contrast, prawns live in burrows found in soft, muddy ground. They prefer conditions of low light, particularly when feeding. They venture out of their burrows at dawn and dusk to look for food. In the right place, baited creels can be very effective at catching prawns. It's extremely difficult to observe prawns under natural lighting conditions. Their eyes are very sensitive and are easily damaged if exposed to strong light. It is possible to acclimatise them under artificial conditions, but in order to observe their normal behaviour, it's necessary to use some special equipment. Infrared lighting and infrared sensitive cameras reveal the prawn's true nocturnal activities. Time-lapse photography helps us to see the prawns in a completely new light. Brown crabs are often caught on the same kind of grounds as other shellfish. They're found on sandy areas around dense cover, like these kelp beds. This brown crab is trying to enter a trap that's been set to target velvet crabs.